Well, welcome back to Gems with Genesis Amaris Kemp. With me today is Lisa Hocker, and here's a bit about Lisa. Lisa created a system called Direct As F. As a former prosecutor and criminal defense attorney, Lisa took her courtroom skills and strengths and turned them into a no-nonsense winning system for direct sales. The Direct AF sales program is the blueprint to help you dominate as a network marketing professional. If you're tired of your own excuses and want an honest approach to fine-tune your knowledge as excelling in business, then get ready to Direct AF. And for those of you who are wondering what is AF, it's As Fuck per Lisa Hocker. And without further ado, welcome, Lisa.
Hi, thanks for having me on your show. I'm really excited to have a conversation with you and your audience today.
My pleasure. And so walk us through your background a bit because you definitely pivoted. And I want to know why did you pivot? Did you just get tired of the BS that was going on in the corporate space, or did you feel like you were burnt out?
Actually, neither. I was an attorney for 21 years. I knew that I wanted to be a prosecutor, okay, in high school. So went to law school, got a job as a prosecutor. I worked as a criminal prosecutor for 5.5 years, pivoted, life happened, and I flipped the coin. I became a criminal defense attorney. So yes, I represented guilty people and I didn't lose any sleep over it. It was a wonderful job. I absolutely love it. Loved the fight in the courtroom, in the trenches every day. But what happened was I had children and I had 4 of them and I was missing out on their entire lives. I didn't teach one of my children how to tie their shoe. Their nanny did. And so as they started to get older and older, I realized if I don't get the fuck out of the courtroom and into my home, they were going to go off to college, start their lives. And that would have been that. And so I was looking around for something to do that would give me that sort of time freedom, if you will, balance a little bit so that I could take fewer cases and be home more. And when network marketing was presented to me, I was like, fuck, no, thank you. That is not going to be happening. I'm not selling Tupperware at my home at a party. Well, I started trying it and it was great. I didn't have to do at-home parties. And I quickly learned that it was a new skill set and a journey that I wanted to start to see what I was capable of. About a year into it, I stopped taking criminal cases. About 4.5 years into it, I now no longer practice law. I work from home when I want, where I want, and got 1 in college now, 3 still at home, and I'm enjoying every minute of it.
So once you pivoted out of the courtroom into network marketing, then you really had that ownership back in your court because you were no longer necessarily trading your time for money because now you're able to do what you want when you want while having the luxurious time to spend with your children and your family. So whenever you left the courtroom, did your kids react to you being home differently versus them having the nanny there?
I think they enjoyed it. You know, at this point, they were older, so they didn't necessarily need a nanny anymore. But I think that they get a kick out of seeing me start the next new project. So after a year, a couple of years in network marketing, I decided that the method that I created for myself to grow my business at a quick pace should be something that should be shared because there really is enough room in network marketing for anybody who wants the success. There is enough room for anybody to get it. So I put my ideas down and I wrote a book. And I have 4 sons, okay? One of the differences between girls and boys, or maybe there isn't a difference, but I think the thing with my sons in particular is that they learn through action. They don't learn through words. They learn through observation. And so if you get up every day and you go for a run and that's what they see that as a normal part of life. Well, if they see their mom say, I'm 51 right now. Oh, I love that girl's reaction, people. If you could have seen her reaction, oh, I love you.
Y'all, she does not look 51.
You're really sweet. But so I lost my train of thought. I'm so sorry.
So you were talking about your boys, they result by action, and you were giving an example. If they see you get up every day and go for a run, then.
So I'm 51. And so if they see a woman in her, mid-late 40s, early 50s pivot and change from a career, a professional career, like being a lawyer, to somebody who's, selling skincare or whatever MLM, to then pivoting and having the courage to write and actually publish the book, because again, putting yourself out there can be a scary thing. They see me taking these chances, and my legacy, one of the legacies that I want to leave them is, you're capable of anything you decide you're going to do, no matter how old you are.
Yes. And when you said that, it reminded me of this quote by Paul Brand. Don't tell me the sky's the limit when there's footprints on the moon, because so many people are like, shoot for the stars, aim for the skies. But now we have people spending $500 million hopping in a spaceship to go to the moon for like a few seconds. So I feel like your mindset is what conditions you to play big and step outside your comfort zone, and having the right mindset. Because hearing a woman who leaves her job as a lawyer to go into network marketing or MLM, people in the background may say, oh, she's crazy. What is she doing? Is she okay or whatnot? But you're not in my position to understand why I'm doing the things that I'm doing. So it's almost like you want to tell that negative person or that negative voice in your head, as my friend would say, Sally, sit the F down and shut up, because I have things to do and I don't need you to take me or you off course. And so it's like, oh my gosh, like I feel like sometimes we as women have a double standard, because people expect us to be a wife, be a mother, go home, clean the house, do all of these things, when in reality, yes, we're multifaceted and we're multidimensional, but we may not necessarily want to do those things for our entire life. We may want to do something that makes us happy, and we need you to carry and pull your own weight, so that way we could do it together and as a partnership, especially whenever your kids now become an age where they're self-sufficient, your husband is able to take care of himself. We are meant to complement our spouses, not compete with them, or not be a floor mat, or etc. So I feel like the things that we as women are doing nowadays are totally changing to how they did it back in the day. In comparison, women don't just want to sit at home anymore and be homemakers, and that's okay. Like, to each its own. You do what's best for you and your family, and vice versa to the other woman. She's going to do what's best for her and her family, and whatever else her goals, her visions, and her dreams are. But I feel like we need to stop getting off this bandwagon where it's like cancel culture, or, oh, you're not a good mom, or you're not a good wife, or you're not a good anything, because that's the other woman that is tearing down another woman instead of building her up, if that makes sense.
It makes total sense. And a good friend of mine literally just launched her podcast, her first 3 episodes. I think she's on episode 4 now, and it's called Momplex. And it's all about, I'd love for you to take a listen to it. It is all about the destructive criticism and judgment that is going on within the mom community. Oh, your child doesn't eat organic, all of this type of thing, where it's exactly what you're talking about, is people really do need to band together and just give less judgment, less opinion, and more support. I did a reel today on Instagram about dimming someone else's light doesn't make your light shine brighter. So
Nope, it doesn't, because we all have lights inside of us, and all of our lights need to illuminate and shine. And so now that brings me into your segment for direct as fuck. So when did you come up with that title? What sparked your interest to name your business and all the things that you're doing direct as fuck? Because it makes me laugh because there are so many people that are just afraid to be direct nowadays because they feel like if they say something, then they have to be mindful of how the person on the other end is going to receive it. So then we have this microwave society where everyone wants something quick and hot and in a hurry, or you have the people who are tiptoeing on marble floors because they're afraid if they do something, the other person is going to crack.
and it's funny that you say that you laugh when you hear it, because one of the things I was thinking as I was listening to you was every time she says direct as fuck, she starts smiling and laughing, and it's really adorable. And so I'm glad you said to the audience that they could hear you, that you do laugh every time you say it. That's a great question, and I'm really glad that you asked that. There's a couple of different things that went into the decision to call it direct as fuck. I'm going to list them out. So multi-level marketing and social selling are components of an industry called direct sales, okay? And the method, that's one of the places the direct comes from, okay? So I wanted to play off direct sales. And the method that I taught myself and that I use and that I teach to anybody who wants to learn it in any multi-level marketing company, it doesn't have to be my team. It doesn't have to be within my company. Like I said, there is room for all of us to win. The method is direct as fuck. It is no bullshit. One of the things that I could not stand when I first started in multi-level marketing was the fakeness and the lack of authenticity, and the, hey girl, oh my God, I saw you at the park last week with little Susie. She looks so cute in those little overalls that you have her in. By the way, do you want to buy my shit? Okay. Everything leading up to that was bullshit. It was fake as fuck, right? You're in business. You want to make a sale. Ask for the sale. Why do we as women have to be embarrassed by asking for the sale or for being in business? Be direct. How about this approach? Hey, I've got a bomb ass product and I think it's going to change your life. Let me send you some information about it. Isn't that better than the rest of the nonsense?
Yeah, because people could sense fakeness, and I feel like and the reason why I like your directness, Lisa, is because I spent 12 years in oil and gas, and oil and gas is a male dominated field. And if you are a woman that is competing with males and then you are holding your own, then you're seen as aggressive, or in my case, since I am melanated, I'm that chocolate drop. They're like, oh, you're an angry Black woman, or all these other things. But then if a male does it, he gets a slap on his behind. Oh, good job. You're confident, go getter, or whatnot. But the minute a woman tries to be direct, hold her own, and lead effectively in a boardroom, she's seen as aggressive. She's seen as, oh, you need to tone that down because the male engineers don't want to work with you, or whatever the case may be. When in actuality, we all work for the same organization. We're all here at this Fortune 500 company. We're all trying to meet and maximize profits, and we're meeting the KPIs. So what difference does the approach make? So it just really takes me back. And I've even had my husband tell me, babe, are you a man or a woman? Because sometimes you're too bossy. And I'm like, well, you know what? You either jump in with the heat or you get left behind. But I have had to soften it in a sense with my husband for the sake of our marriage. And, just letting my husband know that, babe, I love you. I'm riding with you. But then there's going to be times where I need to be me, and I'm not going to stop being me for nobody.
Amen. Yeah, for sure. And that's why he loves you too. Right?
Yes.
That's why it works.
And
Yeah.
we complement each other, and it the same way it goes, like the same way you run your household is the way that you should run your business in a sense, and etc. You shouldn't bend or break because somebody cannot appreciate who you are, what you have to bring to the table, or etc., because that just means that that person is not a part of your avatar, and you don't need to waste your priceless energy and time with that individual. And I feel like we as women need to take that ownership and really reel in on it, because there's too many of us that's playing it safe out of the appeasement of other people, or we're seeking validation from all the wrong places, when in actuality that person or those group of people weren't never meant to really validate us or compliment us, because not everyone that comes into our life is going to be there for the lifelong journey. Some people are seasonal and some people are permanent, so know the difference.
And some people are just by the hour.
Okay, so there goes Lisa being direct as F.
Yeah, the other thing is that when you are direct, and you're to the point, and you communicate clearly, and you are authentically you, then people will trust you because they know that you're going to tell it like it is. And I think that that trust is so important, not only in interpersonal relationship, not only in marriage, not only in friendship, but in business relationships. You've got to be impeccable with your word.
So now thinking about where you are now, Lisa, and thinking about all the people you left in the boardrooms and etc., have you tried to get any of those folks on your bandwagon to give them the luxurious time that you now have? Because you could wake up when you want, you could work when you want, you could be in Bali if you want working, or you could just unplug and say, you know what, I don't need to check in today. I could actually take a step back to refuel, recharge, rejuvenate, relax, or do all the reads that you want to.
In the beginning, I think I tried to convince people that what I had was amazing. What I've come to learn is that you can't convince anybody. I can offer information and I can invite people to learn about what I'm doing or what I'm selling, the products that I use. But at the end of the day, all I can do is become really good at inviting people to learn. And then it's up to them. And there are some people, some lawyers that have joined. And even after they decide that they want to start their entrepreneurial journey, something holds them back. So it's not just about starting your own gig. It's having that second light bulb go off, like, hey, I can actually do this, you know?
Yeah, because not only do you want to take a step in the right direction, but then you also want to make sure that there's no baggage or bondages that are holding you back from fully walking it out the rest of the way. You could take that first step and be half in, but then if you're not all the way in, you're not really going to play big and win big as you envision. And whenever you think about network marketing, like I've been there and I've tried it and I'm doing it again now, because I feel like each company has something different to offer. And I'll just share my little quick testimonial. So in high school, I sold Cutco knives. Then after that, I got into Mary Kay. And since I don't wear makeup, it's hard to sell things that you don't use. So it's like you have to put on the fakeness. Whereas I like the products, like the time wise and everything. So I was like, ooh, I want to be youthful or whatnot. But then if you don't use it on a daily basis, you don't feel good selling something to somebody that you're not using. Then I've tried Amway, Avon. Someone approached me, Avon. Then I got into Herbalife because I was like, ooh, I'm all about my body. I'm trying to get fit and sexy. And I was like, this is perfect because I'm working out. I have a trainer. Then I could use these products. And whenever I'm at the gym, I could drink my energy drinks or my protein bars. Then I got off of that for a little bit whenever I didn't have a trainer anymore. So then now I'm doing Kiani, which I really love Kiani. And the reason why I love it is because I'm hipped on this nitric oxide. I actually am, committed to working out 2 times a week doing my HIIT, so high intensity interval training. Then the days that I'm not doing it, I go walking at least 3 miles or more because I want to condition my body, because now I'm in the proper mindset where your health is equivalent to your wealth. So if you're not healthy mentally, physically, and emotionally, you're not going to be able to enjoy the fruits of your labor, which is the wealth that you are trying to acquire. What good is it to have all this money, but you can't really enjoy spending it, right?
Right. Absolutely.
So I say all of this to encourage the listeners and the viewers that if you try MLM, and if one does not work for you, that does not mean you're not going to be successful in another. You have to find a product and service that you love and one that works for your lifestyle. And if you love it and it works for your lifestyle, you're going to be more conducive to keep up with it and keep on going, because it's something that you love and your passion is easily converted into your purpose, in my opinion. But since Lisa is the boss, she's a boss babe with it. So tell us some tips to help people be direct as fuck going forward. It's just so funny whenever I think of
I love the fact that you giggle every time you say it. It's hilarious to me. You know what? Here's what I would do. I would encourage everybody to come join me in a new community that I've started. It's called, are you ready? Are you going to guess what it is? directafbuilderscommunity.com. And what it is, it's a very inexpensive membership. I think right now it's $27 a month, $297 for the year. You're going to get my book for free, which I'm going to show you because I don't think you've seen it. You'll laugh. Direct AF Sales, right? It's my book. And you'll get, and that book outlines the 5 daily steps, the method that I created that's direct as fuck, that's going to increase your sales. It's going to increase your, if you're building a team or a downline or brand ambassadors underneath you, it's going to help you do that. You're going to get a set of the custom sales dice that I've created. You're going to love these. And so what these are, they're 12 different income producing activities. A lot of times network marketers aren't sure what to focus on. So they get on Instagram or they get on social media and they start scrolling, and an hour and a half goes by and they realize, oh God, I've got to do a post. Well, I don't know what to post about. So, okay, forget it. I'll put it down till tomorrow. You just wasted an hour and a half and you've done nothing to grow your business. But what you do with these dice is, and I have a course on it on this Direct AF Builders community, is you literally roll the dice. You're going to get, you like that? You want me to do that again?
Yeah, do that again.
You like that? She's laughing right now again. You can hear me? Okay, so what are the 2 income producing activities? Let Granny over here put the glasses on. It says, add 5 people on social media. Well, we're in network marketing, which means every day you need to be increasing your network. We have the world at our fingertips. We can friend anyone on social media anywhere around the globe. So that was my income producing activity. Now, how long is it going to take you to go on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or TikTok and add 5 people?
Not long at all, y'all.
Now, the second one was go live on social media, something about your life, or do a product demo, right? How long would that take?
Use 5 minutes or less, depending on if you're doing a reel or if you're actually doing an Instagram live. And I also like to tell people, be intentional whenever you do a reel, because reels are supposed to be quick. They're supposed to catch your audience attention. And an Instagram live, I would say the most that I've seen somebody do is 20 minutes or less, because people's attention span is very short these days. So you definitely want to make sure that you open with something that grabs their attention, reels them in, and wants them to plug in and stay for the duration of your entire live, in my opinion. Lisa, let's be direct here, girl.
So you've just done 2 income producing activities that, done consistently over time, you're not going to recognize your business. You're not going to recognize your own competence level. You roll these in the morning, you do the 2 things at some point during the day. You go to bed that night, give yourself a win in the win column, check off a win on your calendar if that's how you do it. Go to bed, wake up the next morning, do the same thing. And over time, your business is going to grow in leaps and bounds. And if this is something that you want to check out, they're generic for any network marketing company. You can go to my website, directafsales.com, or you can just go right in and join directafbuilderscommunity.com and get them for free.
Awesome. And then Lisa, as we wind down, I want you to tell the listeners and viewers once again who you are, where you hang out on social media, give them your contact information in case they want to reach out to you if they're looking for a mentor, whether it's formal or informal or etc. And then leave us with 1 to 2 gems since we're on gems, y'all.
So here's my first gem. My first gem is whatever it is, that thing that has been nagging at you that you want to do, that you want to start on January 1 of 2022. Don't wait another minute. Do it now. Do it afraid. Start it right this second, because you don't know when your expiration date is. I don't know when my expiration date is. I didn't come with an expiration date on the back of my neck. So I got to get it all. She's laughing again, you guys. Take yourself off mute.
Had to be respectful here, y'all, but I love the analogy, like, oh yeah, there's no expiration barcode on the back of my neck, unless you want to be funny and just get something tatted on you and be like, I want to live till I'm 100. So we're in 2021 now. So 100 years from now will be this, and I want to die on this day at this time. You could do that, but sometimes they tell you, tell me what your plans are, and I'll laugh because only the source knows.
Yeah, that's true. I know. I've had that happen quite a couple of times. God's got a great sense of humor. Just ask him, he'll tell you. When you are being respectful, but I love your laugh, and it's funny to hear you laugh at what I say. So that would be my first gem. And my second gem is decide what you want and go after it afraid, which is sort of like the first gem, but really that's the message, is decide what you want and then go after it, even if you're afraid, because courage is action while feeling fear. Okay, that's the thing. So come and follow me on Instagram at Lisa Hocker, LISAHOCKER. And I have a link tree on there. You can find me wherever you want to find me through that link tree.
And all of Lisa's information will be in the show notes, so make sure you all read and connect with Lisa. I definitely want to encourage each one of you that you are a masterpiece, that you are meant to do something great. So stop seeking validation in all the wrong places and stop waiting on others to co-sign your dreams before you get started. That is a quote taken from my book, Chocolate Drop in Corporate America, From the Pit to the Palace. And until we chat next time, y'all, peace, love, and lots of blessings. Go out and seize the day. Carpe diem, y'all.